And what power do you think, if you don't mind, do you think Trump harnesses? Because he's unlike any politician I've ever seen. And the more legal trouble he gets in, the more rates his liking seems to go up. I've never heard him apologize for anything. I've never heard him say made a mistake. On one level, you're just like, how do you actually? There's something that he's harnessing. I don't know if it's a shamanic force or some force, in which case all the things that would have taken anybody out. I mean, one of these, right? Like indicted for this, indicted for that, caught, saying what he said on the Access Hollywood tapes, like you name it, right? Like Clinton almost didn't get elected because he said he smoked one, hit of pot in college. Like the Democrats will kick anybody out for anything. And here you have this person who seems to, not to me, but to large percentages of the population, the fact that he gets indicted and says these really things that I don't think are very kind, and yet a certain part of the people are like, go for it, dude. And I'm curious how you see that from an IFS orientation, or is he just kind of an anomaly?
No, I don't think he's an anomaly at all. In fact, you're seeing leaders like him all over the world getting a lot of traction. Uh, and as I've been struggling with this, there was a period of time where I got very, very curious about this tendency we have of exiling vulnerability,
Mhm.
and actually, in many cases, having contempt for vulnerability.
Yeah.
And then I saw an article about how hard veterinarians' jobs are when they work with horses, for example, because horses never show vulnerability. They never show that they're injured. And the reason for that is because they're prey animals.
Hmm.
With prey animals, you're in a pack, and the predators will go after whoever seems injured.
Yeah.
And so there's a kind of, and then it made me think that, I'm looking into this, 95% of human history, we were prey animals.
Mm.
There were all kinds of uh, big, big animals that we had to
Mm.
fear. And so we have that built in drive to not be vulnerable
Yeah.
and uh, and and even have contempt for the people that are vulnerable,
Hmm.
which, as you know, Trump has massively and demonstrates it all the time.
Yeah.
And then I also suspect, and I haven't found, anthropological evidence of this, but I suspect that there was a desire to be taken care of by the strongest member of the tribe. And the more scared you get, the more threat there is as a prey animal, the more you're inclined to go in that direction.
Hmm.
And so if somebody can come along and show a lot of contempt for vulnerability and show a lot of strength and get shot in the ear and just go like this, uh, that has a lot of sort of it it pulls at our instincts. That's one of the ways I'm trying to make sense of it. And then on top of that sort of natural inclination, we all get burdened, and there are parts of us that get even more frightened about this kind of life, and we're looking even more towards somebody who says, I've got it, just
Hmm.
leave it all
Hmm.
to me, let me just do it and get out of
Yeah.
my way. So